this is what we've done so far. And the next thing is how to add the outside, because it's got to go all the way around your wrist and you need a clasp. So I already did the button here on this one side, and then this is going to go underneath it, going to be attached, and this will be cut off a little further down. I decided to order some lacy stiffs because I do feel that the tape might stick into your arm if I would just do the suede on the back side. So I'm going to do a lacy stiff to cover all this first, and then I'm going to do my suede after that. But since I just ordered it, I'll have to wait. This is going to be attached to here and here, and let's go start and do the other side. For this, I already put a bead in with the braids that I'm using last night, so I'm hoping this sort of pre-curved so it will be easier to work with, and that just, well, worked really well actually. I'm going to start with about an arm span wide. I found out that 2 arm spans is just too much, so I'm just going to take 1 arm span and see how far I get, and then add another thread if I have to. So the basic beginning is the bead in the middle, and you already know this part, you need to pre-curve. So you basically already know how to pre-curve, so I'm not going to show you that again. Just go around all the way and finish that up until you got both sides attached, and then start the video again. Okay, pretty much got my curve, and I'm going to go back in there, go down again to close that up. Gotta make sure you stay in the middle, very important. Going in, to the other side, and going straight across as much as possible. And even if that gap is really big, it doesn't matter, because you can work your way up a little bit. And it's better to work your way up than have to work your way down, because the gap is too big and you can't close it up because you keep seeing your threads. So the best thing to do is this. Now you can't see my threads. Go back in there. 3rd time. Going in on the side, adding a Swarovski, and going down on the other side. Make sure I go back in there in the right spot. There. And now we just have to straighten that out. And what I like to do is I like to just kind of go up a little bit. And now move over and just kind of go up a little bit on this side. And straighten that one more time. In, over, and in on the other side. Next thing is to close that up underneath that Swarovski first. closing that up underneath the Swarovski. And now I'm going to add a little round pearl, 4 millimeters. And I'm going back in. Get the 3 braids. Back through again. Trying to find the same spot as I came out. And now we're just going to move over to the left of the pearl a little bit. Pick up a bead, and these are my crappy beads, as I call them. They're store beads, they're not Miyuki or anything. They're size 9. I'm going to go next into the pearl. And I'm going to go back into the seed bead, into the middle, and all the way to my middle. Pulling that tight. And I'm going to go in a little crooked like that to add my next seed bead. Right next to that one. And you can always straighten that out a bit with the needle when you go back. If that's not positioned right, or you can just take it out all the way. Either way will work, I guess. But if it is positioned right, then all you have to do is just go back in there in the same direction. There. And you're just going to do this halfway around until you get to the top. Okay? And the best thing you can do is basically start on the other side and also go halfway so you can see where you are exactly in the middle. So that means leaving this thread where it is and starting with a new thread about an arm span wide on this side. Okay, let me see, that way. I did both sides now. I went across from one side to the other in the middle. As you can see, I have a gap here. I'm going to leave it that way because I kind of like a little gap there. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the bicone, but first you need to pre-curve just a little bit and make sure that your sides, I'm going to do that another 2 times, go up and down, are attached. Pretty well. Also, my other thread is also coming out on the top. I just wanted you to see that. So now we're going to just pre-curve a little bit until we get to the top here, so we can add a bicone going down. And that bicone is not going to take up much space, so I'm just going to basically keep that as tight as possible, of course in the middle. And going back up. And I took a white opal for this one, just to change colors. I'm going to go back down because I found out that it's way easier to position my beads when I'm on the bottom going up instead of trying to position them when I'm on the top going to the bottom. But that might be different for everybody else. So if it's easier for you to position your beads from the top up, then go ahead and do that. For this I have Miyuki beads. These are Delica beads, size 8. I'm going to use those for my next round. And I'm basically going to do what I did with these. I'm just going to move over. And I'm going to add my Delica. Next to the bicone. And then go back. And I'm trying to stay in the middle. And try to get in front of the beads. Don't go through them, so because if you go through them you'll have to go all the way back from there. There. And now you just position the next one next to that one. And make it curve a little bit. As you can see, the beads are curved with the line of the Soutache. So I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to go a little bit further away. And then I'm going back in and position that where I want it. And that might mean you have to stick back, but that's okay. And then the next one I think starts about here, maybe a little closer. So this is all about hand-to-eye coordination. But if you do this a lot, I think you get really good at it. This is only my second piece that I've done. Big piece anyway. I did the earrings, of course, but that's like a small piece. And it was pretty easy too. And that needs to be straightened out just a little bit more. And if you don't like where it's at, you can always take it off. I need to get that a little closer to the other bead. And back in there and straighten that out. So that's basically what you do. All the way around until you kind of gone around and did a little bit on the top here, coming out like moving a little diagonal. And let me see, let me show you that. So I just went in a little bit like that, and I'm leaving enough room for the bead that I'm putting in the middle. Now you can put anything in the middle. I just put my little flower in the middle, but that doesn't go on until I do the purple and the white that goes around it. So just do this one, and then I will see you back when you've did both sides like this, coming out in the middle. Okay, and if you have two sides done, then just straighten that out. Make sure that line is even, and close this up with a couple of stitches. And after that we're going to add the last two colors to make it look, or try and make it look a little bit more round. Okay, and still threads are coming out on both sides. And I'm going to start on this side with my purple and my white. I need to make a loop like that, and I need to go around like that, and I need a loop here, so I need about this much. I'm gonna figure out that that's about enough, and I will need the white. And so I'm gonna go stick to the side, other side, and I'm going to go back. About here. And I'm going to add first my purple. And then my white. Oh, wrong white. And then my correct white. Pull that through. And I'm going to go up and down again through the first part here. All the way to the other side. And back. And back again. Trying to get in line with that curve over there. And now I'm going to push that in, going through the middle. I'm going to add my bead. In this case, that's my flower. I'm going to go over here. If you want a pearl, you just do the same. And I'm going to push my flower in there. There, I just struggled that in there. And I'm going to go back. And I'm going to go to the other side. And I'm going to go down again, attaching this little flower. It's a silver bead, actually, sterling silver. I really like them. I'll probably be using them more often in these kind of projects. But if you have a pearl, just attach them some other way, or if you have a Monty, there's 100 ways to attach them. Basically, by now, you understand you need to get back up here again and continue with your beading. But these have holes on every side, this little flower, so I can go from one side to the next. which is very pleasant. And up in the side again. And I want to make sure that that hole that you got here is closed, so I'm going back one more time. And I'm going to go up. And I'm almost running out of thread, so I'm going to just go up. And I'm going to go finish this up by just going up and down here a couple of times before taking this thread to the other side and continuing here. Okay, that's about it, and I can do this because I know that my tape will be on there later on. Okay, that's about it. I'm going to cut that off, not too far. I'm going to take this thread, take it to the other side. Okay, so this thread, I'm going to work with this for a bit until I run out of it. Going down. I'm going to try and come out on that other side there. Somewhere in the middle, right there. And now we're just going to attach this all the way around. And we need, on this one, we need a loop, but it would be smarter to make first the loop with a bead in there, so you have your clasp, so when you do the loop on this side you will be able to fit it first to see if that will fit. So that would be the smartest plan. This is just in the middle, going up, going around, pre-curving, adding your bead, going down, and then adding this middle bead, and then all the way back up. So there's nothing much to it, but I will show you when we get down there the loop for this one and how to fit it. Okay, I need to make a loop, and this needs to fit through. So I would just leave that there and make sure that that fitted through. If I would attach these sides together. So I need about this this curve, and I'm going to try and just slowly, piece by piece, first going up. A little bit like I did here, and then do a pre-curve and match the loop, the end for the clasp, if it will go in there. So I would be like doing a loop here, and this is basically, you have to do this gambling, I would say, but you want that part to also attach to the other side. So I would think something like this. I'm almost running out of thread here. That's okay, I'm just going to go through there a couple of times in that same spot before I start with a new thread. I'm going to go back and get the leftover thread to the middle. Where I can just pull it through without any damage, because I already went in here a couple of times. Okay, it's getting dark here, so I had to turn on the light. And I'm going in with my new thread on the inside here, and later I'll cut the thread at the end off. But for now I'm just going to leave it where it is. Going back here. Going back in. And going back up, just strengthening this corner, because of the loop, and there's going to be a lot of pulling on this area. So I'm going to basically just follow my route again up here. Continue with my loop. So let me see, how far do I need to go? Again. I think that would be about it. I'm going back up now to make the loop a little smaller. I want to make sure that it's going to be hard to put it in there. Not too hard, of course, but just so it won't shoot out just a little bit more. That's about right. Now I'm going to double make sure that that is really tight, good, so that won't tear open with wear. And I'm going to add my seed bead. And just continue our way until we get up here, and then we tie up, and I tape up and attach this to there, and the other side this to there. I don't know what you think, guys, but look at this. I think it's gorgeous. Even though I'm not perfect at this yet, I think it definitely has class. So just finish that up. So just finish that up, and we'll do the last part, attaching these two parts. Okay guys, so this is the bracelet, and the reason why I did this is because if you need more room, then you can pull it out a little bit like that, where you can't see the tape, of course, or you can just, if it's too big, you can just pull it in a little bit more like that. what I'm going to do later on is, after I attach this, is I'm going to put some lacy stiffs on the area right here, and this is the area that I'm going to do with suede also. Not here, no lacy stiff or suede. Why not? Because there are no parts that are taped up on this side. Everything looks good on this side, so you don't really have to do that. And it will also keep it more flexible that way. So this is gonna get really, really stiff. It's gonna be very much a cuff. I like it, so I'm going to attach the back, and then I'm going to show you, by the time it's done, what the finished project will completely look like on my wrist.